Hey, it's Catherine, and today I want to talk to you about how to start a professional organizing business. If you want to return to the workforce on your own terms, if your day job feels more like a prison that you are trying to break free from, if you are struggling to make ends meet and want to put more cash in your pocket, or if you want to take a skill that you already have and turn that into income and the lifestyle of your dreams, then you're in the right place. Over 17 years ago, I was in a similar situation. I thought I could ignore my challenges and keep going to my day job and things would somehow get better. But deep down, I knew that was a lie, just a lie I was telling myself because it felt easier. And like most people who do nothing, my stress increased and my joy for life decreased. Something had to change. I needed to do more than just think about change. And I needed to spend my spare time doing more than just researching new opportunities. I needed to take real action to change my path now, to change my income now, and to create the life that I wanted right now. So I took something that I was already good at, which was organizing, and turned it into a business. I've taken my efforts, my learning, my mistakes, and my successes, and I've brought it together all in one system so you can create a business as well. So you can fast track your business and jumpstart your income, avoid pain points that I went through, create your own career, and design a life of your dreams doing something you love. A couple of days ago, I sent out an email and asked for your top questions about how to get into this business. And I was absolutely blown away by your responses. Thank you so much for that. So I thought I'd shoot a quick video and teach you a little bit about how to start your professional organizing business. So the true foundation for your success is your ability to organize. And that is your system for organizing. So that's where we're going to start. And then we'll go through a few other key points on how to start your business, including how to find and succeed with your first clients and how to set up your business. So let's get started. So first I want to talk to you about how to organize as a pro. And if you're not organizing like a pro, unfortunately your clients are going to be a little angry and you're going to have zero repeat business. But when you are organizing in a professional manner, you're going to have raving fans, loads of referrals, and enough repeat business to keep your calendar and your bank account full. So the difference between organizing your own things and receiving payment for organizing someone else comes down to efficiency. I'll give you a quick example. I have been working on organizing a cabinet in my kitchen. It's just below my stove, and I've done a lot of rearranging, and I've put in a Lazy Susan, and I've added some command hooks to the doors. I've decided to install a lid organizer inside the cabinet, and I've been fussing around with this for a couple of weekends. So one weekend I'll put command hooks on the door, another weekend I'll put them inside the cabinet. Then I bought the Lazy Susan, and it's probably taken me like 8, maybe 10 hours to organize this one cabinet. Now, if I was charging a client even $50 an hour to do this cabinet, and it cost them $500 for me to organize one kitchen cabinet, they probably would not be too happy with me. So there's a big difference between organizing your own things when you have almost unlimited time versus going into a client's home and having measurable results after a couple of hours. So the way to effectively, efficiently organize your client's home is with a system I call GDP. The G in GDP stands for gather and sort. The D is decision time, and the P is put away. So let's say I was organizing that same kitchen for a client. I would not fuss around with one cabinet, which may take hours and a lot of back and forth discussion about what type of command hook to use or what color Lazy Susan or what do you want in this one cabinet. I would never do that if I was being paid by a client to organize their kitchen. What I would do first is gather and sort all of the objects in the client's kitchen. Now, this may take some time, and this is a great way if you're looking to expand your business later on or even now to bring in an assistant to help you get through this initial sort. And you can tell the client, hey, take a break, come back in 1 hour. I'm going to pull everything out and I'm going to put things into logical categories. Now, if you do not do it this way and you just open one cabinet and you start having a discussion about spices and how they would like to organize the spices and, are these spices expired or are they good or what, you could spend your first hour on that job just talking about one cabinet and one category. And you do not want to do that because the client is going to be very unhappy after a few hours when there's really no noticeable progress. So you want to take that first 30 minutes or an hour or maybe even take 90 minutes to just pull everything out and put it into categories. Put the pots together, put the utensils together, put the prep tools together. And you're not really thinking about where things are going to go, because if you start thinking about the layout of the cabinets too early on, it will really slow down the process. So then the second step is decision making. So now that your client can see things in categories, you can walk them through the decision making process. And now it's going to be a lot easier for them to decide if they want to keep a pot if they know they have 4 pots that do the same thing. And maybe one of them is broken. And maybe one of them works a lot better than the others. So you can say, okay, of these 4 pots, let's keep one and let's move on to the next category. And if you have your helper there with you, they can load the other 3 pots into donation bags and start moving those out of the kitchen area. Now, I'm using a kitchen as an example, but the GDP method works with every room in the house. Now, the decision-making process is going to take as long as your client needs to make a decision on what is important for them to keep in their home. You'll have clients that race through this process and make decisions on everything in that room in about 30 minutes. You're going to have other clients that are going to agonize on this, and it may take a couple of hours for them to make those decisions. But comfort them and let them know it gets easier. So the first few decisions, they may really struggle with that, and your job is to coach them through that process, hold their hand, be their cheerleader, and help them navigate through those decisions, kind of negotiate with them about the best way to set up their home. Okay, so that is the decision-making process. At the end of that step, you are going to be left with way fewer objects, hopefully, than what you started with. Well, guess what? Now this makes the job of organizing and putting those items away a lot easier, because the biggest mistake you can make is to try to organize clutter. And so clutter are the things that your clients don't need or don't use or don't want. So if you go in and start organizing those objects before you've gone through the sorting and decision-making process, you're going to waste a lot of time rearranging things that aren't even necessary. So it's really important to do your gather and sort, do your decisions before there's any real conversations about putting those objects away in someone's home. Now, a lot of people think the put away is sort of the fun part. Your client might be excited about now shopping for some organizing containers or setting things up in a closet or kitchen or garage in kind of a nice way with some, labeled bins and some shelving. This is really what people think of when they want to organize. And one of the mistakes your clients will make is going right to the put away process without doing the first 2 steps. So a big part of your job is educating your client to make sure that they go through the whole process, because they are going to want to just jump right into the put away, and it's going to be very inefficient to do it that way. So follow that GDP process and your jobs will run way more efficiently and you will be organizing like a pro. So let's talk about finding and succeeding with your first client. So one of the hardest things is to get momentum and get started in this business of organizing. But trust me, once you take 3, 5, 6, 7 clients through that GDP method and complete a series of projects, you are going to feel like a pro. And you're going to have the confidence when you are confronted with your next potential client to say, hey, I feel good about what I do. I'm efficient. My clients are happy. They see results. I'm getting things done way faster than they would ever organize their home if they were doing it. And that is something my clients say to me all the time. They are blown away with how quickly I can organize a room in their home that would have taken them months to put together because of the process that they're using or the process they're not using and what I'm bringing with those standardized methods. So here's how I want you to get started. I want you to reach out to people that you already know. We're going to call this your warm list of leads. These may be other parents at your school, members of your church, members of your neighborhood, your HOA, some group that you are connected with. So you're going to approach that warm list of friends and colleagues and let them know that you are in the organizing business now. You've begun your training and you are launching your business and you need some case studies. Now, trust me, once you put that call out that you're going to do some free or low cost organizing services, people will want to have you in their homes. Most people want to get better organized. They just don't really know what that means or what it would cost or how would that even work and what would that look like to have someone else come in and help me do something that I think I could do on my own, but I also haven't done it and now it's being built up for months and months and months. So once you have a few people on board that will allow you to do some organizing for them in their home, I want you to follow these rules. 1, they must agree to let you take before and after pictures. This is so crucial that if they don't agree to this, I would probably just not even waste your time doing organizing because this will be some foundational pieces that we're going to use for your marketing later. So 1, they must agree to before and after pictures. 2, they must agree to give you some type of testimonial or statement about how they enjoyed your services or the kinds of things that you did. And then 3, I don't want you to go in and say, I'm going to organize your entire home. I want you to pick 1, 2, maybe 3 specific projects that you are going to do for them. For example, a closet. It may be even something as small as a couple of junk drawers or their kitchen cabinets. But don't agree to organize everything in their home because that's not really going to help you learn, and it may end up taking you weeks or even months to accomplish that. And we want you to get some projects under your belt like immediately. Like if you were launching your website next week, you would have a portfolio ready to go of completed organizing jobs with before and after photos and testimonials. Now, you can do this work pro bono. You can, if you've already been doing some work or maybe you already have a website up, you can do this as a discounted service. But the key is I want you to practice doing this efficiently, a lot faster than if you were just organizing your own home using that GDP method. I want you to get a lot of practice in that because that is going to be the foundation for everything moving forward, including being able to bring in helpers and other organizers to help you complete larger jobs. And then also, I want you to get those photos and testimonials, which are going to be the foundation of all of your marketing moving forward, including your website and social media sites. So this is the quickest and easiest way to get started and also lay the foundation for improving how quickly you work through organizing projects for friends and later strangers, and also those crucial marketing pieces that you will need to grow your business. I want you to realize that you can do this and you can make a difference in many people's lives by working as a professional organizer and being a really good professional organizer. Okay, so let's talk about setting up your business. Now, this is often one of the most feared parts of starting in this world of organizing, because maybe you consider yourself to be a fantastic organizer, but you don't know anything about starting a business, and that can be really scary. So we're going to reduce all of that fear by making sure that you're asking the right questions. Now, every country, every state, every city, even every county has different rules and regulations when it comes to setting up a business. And I am not a lawyer. So while I can't really give you legal advice, I can give you a basic starting point of who to talk to and what to ask them. So I actually have a surprise bonus for you guys, and I'm only going to do this one time because I know it's going to be a lot of work for me, but I'm hoping it's going to be great benefit to you. So this is the only place I'm going to mention this, but I want you to email to me at Catherine@MySpaceMatters.com with the subject line questions to ask download. And I will send you a guide on what professionals such as lawyers, tax agents, local administrators, etc., that you will want to reach out to and what questions you want to ask them. Starting your own professional organizing business is awesome. And it's not just for people looking to earn a little extra cash. It's also for people who want to create a full-on career and living out of this. And it's for you if you want to return to the workforce on your own terms, or break free of a job that you no longer enjoy. Once you've gotten your professional organizing business started, how do you keep it going? How do you navigate the deep waters of marketing in a way that does not consume all of your money and time? And most importantly, how do you keep your appointment book full so the money keeps coming in? I'm going to answer those questions and let you know how you can take this journey with me as your guide in the next video. I love professional organizing. For over 17 years, I've loved mentoring other organizers and running my own successful business. And because so many of you guys have been asking, I decided to really dig deep and create this course on how to start your own professional organizing business. This training is going to be specifically on how to get your business off the ground with the 3 steps that we've already talked about in this video and 2 additional steps coming up in the next video. During this training, I'm going to do 5 live calls. On those calls, I'm going to be going over and answering all of your questions on how to organize like a pro, how to get cash in your pocket by taking your first job, diving deeper into starting up your business, including choosing a name and knowing what to charge, marketing your business, and how to cut out the noise and just do what works. And on the 5th call, we'll cover how to keep your appointment book full and keeping that momentum, which is the easiest and best part when you're doing it right. It's going to be coming out very, very soon. There's going to be a limited number of spots because since I'm doing this for the first time, I want to keep it really personal. And also because this is the charter offer, those who sign up are going to get an insane amount of value at a fraction of the cost that I'll be charging in the future. So here's the deal. In the next couple of days, registration for how to start your professional organizing business will be open. You will be notified with a link to another video that's going to lay out all the details. That video is also going to answer some questions about marketing and keeping your appointment book full. So make sure you do not miss out on the answers, the opportunity that can make a real difference in your income and your life. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.